Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So yesterday, guys, we did breach this level over here. You can see Bitcoin did go above that price level of about 71,700 per coin. Did get up a little bit above that, but now we are retracing. So we are seeing obviously sellers in and around this region deciding, no, we're taking profits here, and it looks as though the price is cratered back down to about 70,500, 70,600 per coin. So, like I was saying the other day, looks as though, there's still some work to be done here. Whether we see, this kind of a thing before we pop off top, I mean, this could still happen. The halving has not even occurred yet. It's coming up, though, very, very close. I believe now we're looking at April the 18th. This is the new date that they're estimating for the Bitcoin halving. Let's just take a look real quickly. Bitcoin halving countdown right over here. Okay, there we are. April 19th now, only 10 days away. 10 days, 5 hours, 25 minutes, and 18, 17, 16 seconds away. So, guys, we're getting there very, very soon. 10 days away. And, this is why I say we could still see this kind of indecisive activity for Bitcoin, even during the halving, post-halving as well. Let's not forget the halving isn't necessarily an event where, it occurs and then boom, prices move one way or the other. It is just a mathematical key point here in the Bitcoin cycle. And, even just to show you guys what happened last time. And I like to bring this up again and again because some of you guys are new to the space. Some of you guys may just have forgotten when Bitcoin did reach that all-time high back in December 2017. Of course, we did see the bear market reaccumulation phase. The bulls came back up again. But guys, when we retraced back up in here, this is what we saw at this point in time. And so, we're coming upon two things. Bitcoin did reach its all-time high, did retrace, did actually go above its all-time high first, then did retrace, but also the halving is occurring. And so, in and around this time, we did see, a bit of an indecisive activity for Bitcoin. And I'm finding that we're seeing something very, very similar here. Not rhyming completely, as we saw here. Price did go up a little higher, came back down, retraced a little lower, came back down. And now this point in time is anybody's guess, whereas the fractal pattern represents 2020, I think December 2020. We did go up a little bit, and then we went up higher, made a new high, so almost the reverse, came back down, and then boom, we popped off top. So it is anybody's guess, but guys, we are to expect this kind of activity. Bitcoin is just doing its own thing. I mean, we've got the crypto market still ramping up in terms of excitement. Yesterday, we were in the mid-70s. Today, we are sitting at 79 for greed. The market cap is at 2.65 trillion, so that's down a little bit, albeit not by much. 24-hour volume, though, guys, that continues to rise, 23.18%. And Bitcoin dominance staying relatively stable. Now, there has been some controversy with regards to Bitcoin dominance and what the altcoins are going to do. Right now, we're looking at the space, and there's a bit of a mix, red and green in the space. Toncoin has actually done quite well here, now jumping up to number 9 in the top 10, taking down Cardano. So some people were mentioning that over there on Twitter. BondCrypt Digital Asset Advocate here posting this. Okay, manipulation, nothing new. Peter Brandt has come out suggesting maybe we will not see an alt season. So, I mean, how legit is this claim? Do you guys buy it? Are you going to be pissed off if it happens? Put it down in the comment section. Renowned market analyst Peter Brandt and Benjamin Cowan have now sparked discussion within the cryptocurrency community with their recent insights into the trajectory of Bitcoin dominance. So Brandt's chart, accompanied by the question, what if there won't be an altcoin season, highlights his perspective on the potential rise in Bitcoin dominance. Currently standing at 54.27%, Brandt suggests that according to patterns of technical analysis, Bitcoin dominance could surge as high as 66.3%. And so he's got, I'm guessing this is the Bitcoin dominance chart here on the, I don't know what time frame it's on. I think it's the 3-day time frame. So this is Bitcoin dominance. But guys, he's saying it's looking ripe for a 66% or 11% increase, but up to 66.32%. That does not mean, in my opinion, that does not mean that we won't see altcoins following thereafter. We could see this market extend technically longer. There's nothing to say that it can't. Then he compares 2019 to 2024. Adding to the discourse, Cowan provided further analysis suggesting that historical trends indicate a potential continuation of Bitcoin's dominance, drawing parallels to previous market cycles. Cowan pointed out that during periods of rate cuts and quantitative easing, or QE, Bitcoin dominance did remain elevated. So Just bringing that up on the chart here, the comparison is the current market landscape and comparing that to 2019. Unlike 2019, where new highs were not attained, 2024 has seen Bitcoin reaching unprecedented levels. So, guys, we are in uncharted territory here. Bitcoin has reached unprecedented levels again. I believe this is the first time in history that Bitcoin did reach a new all-time high before the halving has even occurred. So again, this is going to be an interesting case study to pay attention to. XRP doing its thing, trading at 61 cents. It did go up as high as 62.5, but now came back down to 61 cents. So it's still just following the market, still just waiting for that pop off top. And so when you ask when that pop off top, Leb Crypto here giving his insight on this, the time to load up on my first major spot position in several years is upon us. So a bit of a different take on this. He has not even loaded up on XRP yet. His plan is to down cost average into my position once my blue support line is hit, expected to be this month of April. So perhaps the last chance here to really kind of load up on XRP. This, by the way, is the XRP to Bitcoin dominance chart. I've been showing this this chart on the channel now a little bit more now that we're getting into this bull run, now that we're seeing Bitcoin really kind of take off, now that we're getting closer to the halving, and really also too because we haven't seen XRP really move yet. So let's bring up that chart once again, and you guys probably remember this one here. XRP to Bitcoin getting back down in this area of dominance. You can see it over here. If I punch in there, you guys can see it. That is just diving down into this area here. And, you might look at this chart and think to yourself, yeah, it's going down, though. That's not a good sign. No, this is dominance. This is dominance against Bitcoin. Okay, guys, once we see XRP hit a level where Bitcoin has gone so high and XRP can only remain low for so long, boom, the opposite occurs and then XRP shoots up against Bitcoin. And this, guys, this is when we know the cycle is almost over. So, we're getting down in there. I don't know how long it's going to take, really. But Leb Crypto here, saying his entry position is about 0.0000747 XRP to a Bitcoin. So that is his level of entry, I guess, using his Bitcoin profits, I guess, to buy some more XRP. Michael Abang down here saying XRP is going sub 30 cents. No, this is not what this means. This just means that the Bitcoin price compared to the XRP price is going up versus XRP going down compared to Bitcoin. So even if XRP goes up a few cents, it would mean that the ratio Bitcoin would have to go up even higher for the price, for that comparison price to be going down. So again, we've been seeing Bitcoin price going up, XRP price staying relatively stagnant, which means optically it looks as though XRP is moving down, but only down compared to Bitcoin. So just another, another observation here. Wanted to thank Leb Crypto and, of course, Peter Brandt for posting that. Now, Mr. Man bringing this up, guys, CEO Jamie Dimon has told his investors on Monday that he continues to expect the U.S. economy to be resilient and grow this year, but he worries geopolitical events, including a war in Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war, as well as U.S. political polarization, might be creating an environment that may very well be creating risks that could eclipse anything since World War II. That's an unusual warning, I gotta say. World War II was a pretty serious event. And I mean, if he's suggesting that we're going to see financial turmoil at the level of what we saw during World War II, well, that's great reset talk as far as I'm concerned. The nation's most influential banker, Jamie Dimon, he did tell this to his investors. He worries geopolitical events, including the Ukraine war, Israel-Hamas, as well as U.S. political polarization, might be creating an environment that may very well be creating risks that could eclipse anything since World War II. The comments came in an unusual shareholder letter, okay? So he published this in a letter. So he often uses letters to weigh in broad topics like politics, regulation, and global events and what they might mean for JP Morgan. And here's a quote, guys. America's global leadership role is being challenged outside by other nations and inside by our polarized electorate. We need to find ways to put aside our differences and work in partnership with other Western nations in the name of democracy, he said. During this time of great crisis, uniting to protect our essential freedoms, include free enterprise, is paramount. So that coming from this guy, I don't know how much I can trust him, though. Sounds like a bit of a narrative, doesn't it? All right, down here, though, Jamie Dimon had particular concerns with continued large amounts of deficit spending by the U.S. government and other countries, as well as the need for countries such as the U.S. to remilitarize and continue to build out green infrastructure, all of which will likely keep inflation higher than investors expected. Because of these issues, though, Jamie Dimon has said that he is less optimistic than the broader market that the U.S. Economy will achieve a soft landing, which is defined as modest growth along with declining interest rates compared to the broader market. Well, he says investors are pricing in a 70 to 80% chance of a soft landing. Jamie Dimon thinks chances of such an ideal outcome are a lot less than that. So a bit of a doom and gloom outcast there. And I mean, comparing it to World War II, again, that sounds very Great Reset-y to me. I don't know, but wanted to thank Mr. Man for posting that. High vibe here, bringing this up, guys. Now, this is happening in India, okay? XRP holders, take a listen. Cross-border payments are set to reach $300 trillion overnight. The XRP ledger will have massive liquidity rails in every financial jurisdiction. This is a video courtesy of the IMF, okay? A representative in India discussing stablecoin CBDCs and legislation in great detail on how that's going to affect the economy. Think about this vis-a-vis Ripple's new stablecoin. Listen to this.
There are now several new animals or birds, whatever you call them. They're floating around under various names. Somebody calls it stablecoins, somebody calls it cryptocurrencies. Our point of view is that let us be very careful in interpreting and understanding what consequences they have. On stablecoins, the basic fundamental question that arises is, as the fundamental question that begs an answer is whether governments and central banks are comfortable with private currency. Currency is a sovereign function which the sovereign delegates to the central bank in countries like India. So therefore, are we comfortable with private currency? So therefore, these new technology products which are coming and styling themselves as great innovation, their financial consequences, their negative consequences for domestic financial stability, for global financial stability, for domestic monetary system, for the global monetary order, all that needs to be understood. And we have published, RBI, I have myself spoken about it. So I'm not going to list out what are the potential threats. Right. They pose a threat, all kinds of threats, terror financing, money laundering, apart from, currencies like emerging market currencies, which will sort of cause the central bank itself will lose control over the monetary system. There are lots of challenges, and this can become, these are highly risky. Now, we don't want that kind of a thing. In fact, on such matters, whether it is stablecoin or it is cryptocurrencies or whatever you call it, I think we need to fully understand what are the risks before sort of trying to legitimize them. We need to know before entering the water how many sharks are there inside the water. I think that is how I would put it in a very commonplace language and very bluntly.
I think that's a very astute observation. Stablecoins, whether it's in the form of a private currency or a central bank digital currency, it's really going to affect the landscape. And he's talking about this not just in terms of India, but globally. CBDCs are really going to change the face of finance. Here's a second clip explaining just that.
Moving towards technology, and CBDCs have a major role because CBDC can really facilitate efficient, cost-effective, and faster payments across jurisdictions. For cross-border payments, for cross-border transactions, CBDC can provide the solution. Even today, time is taken. Bank-to-bank transactions do take time. In fact, there is a cost. According to the latest estimates of the World Bank and others, still remittances cost about on an average 6% is the total cost for remittances. Now 6% is very high. It needs to go down. In today's technology era, it needs to go down. So CBDC can provide a solution to make cross-border payments faster, more efficient, and cost effective. In India, Reserve Bank, we started the wholesale CBDC pilot project in November last year, and the retail mode we started in December. In the wholesale, initially we started with secondary market trading in government securities. Now we are extending it to overnight money markets, that is the wholesale segment. In the retail segment, we have now millions of customers who are enrolled into the pilot project. Almost every bank has been onboarded. The trials are going on. It's a learning experience for us. And the learning process has been very satisfactory. And every day there are new challenges which come. We try to understand what is the problem. So we are really taking it forward in a manner, and on this we are in active discussion also with other countries which are carrying out similar efforts. So now it's just about going to be a year of our 1 year of our CBDC pilot project. The learnings have been excellent, and more than what it was 1 year ago, we are even more convinced that CBDC can prove to be the most effective and efficient mode for cross-border payments in particular, other than, of course, domestic transactions.
So note as well, he mentions this. These transactions, okay, through CBDC stablecoins, they are becoming more and more commonplace. We need a way to facilitate these real cross-border payments. Now, put that in context to what Ripple is doing with their stablecoin. Of course, all US, let's say, for example, all US-based stablecoins are going to be pegged one-to-one to the US dollar. So really, for the end user, they're going to look at a stablecoin and they're going to be like, okay, well, what's the difference between USDC, USDT, Ripple's stablecoin, whatever it ends up being called? Not too much. I mean, they're all pretty much just stable coins, okay? But guys, think of it this way. If we are going to see a lot more of these payments being facilitated by a lot more of these banks, they are probably going to want to use the stablecoin that is most integrated into their systems. Hence, this is probably why now it's coming, it's coming out. It's making more sense to me. This is probably why Ripple has created a stablecoin not to cannibalize XRP, because XRP is still going to be used for that liquidity. But, even though Ripple has always said, you don't need a stable coin in order to use XRP. XRP can pretty much transfer anything of value. I don't think the banks and the legacy system provider, I don't think they really understand the legacy bankers. I just don't think they get it. So, Ripple kind of has to handhold them. And I think the CBDC is, the next logical step. Governments want to create regulation surrounding CBDCs and stablecoins. So I think for Ripple, this just made sense. Anyway, wanted to thank High Vibe there just for, bringing up this clip. Some good insight as to what one of these BRICS countries, namely India, what they're thinking about in terms of CBDC stablecoins and cross-border finance. Now, this is just one BRICS country, India, but BRICS country membership is growing by leaps and bounds. We know Ripple's already partnered with many of their central banks, but guys, what about cross-border payments? What about the retail side, cross-border payments for a lot of these countries? Well, just yesterday, Tranglo did announce this game-changing cross-border payment solution. I mentioned it briefly in yesterday's video, but I really didn't touch on it too much. This one courtesy of Michael Branch, and we're finding out more information about this, some more details. Ripple's partner in cross-border payment hub Tranglo on Monday, they said that they were releasing a new payment solution, okay, direct to wallet. So these are the e-wallets that I was talking about yesterday. The new payment solution is a game changer for remittance partners, providing an 8 times increase in transactions as reported by early e-wallet adopters. In a press release on April the 8th, fintech specialist Tranglo announced enabling instant and direct transfers to more than 30 e-wallets. It's a major expansion of their cross-border payment network. The direct-to-wallet transfers make remittances more accessible and instant by eliminating the need for intermediaries. Tranglo asserts the move benefits millions of rural recipients who often lack access to traditional financial institutions. The direct-to-wallet cross-border payment solution remains open 24/7, of course, reliable and a convenient alternative. And, some quotes were coming out yesterday. Here's another one. Our data shows that cross-border transactions to e-wallets have doubled since 2021. Across the board, e-wallet payouts are outpacing banking channels this year, with some corridors like GCC to Pakistan experiencing a surge of nearly 400% in transactions. And this was coming from their CEO, Jackie Lee, the CEO of the Tranglo Group. And so with the details here, I actually did not realize how big this was going to get. I heard 30 payout corridors. But guys, check this out. Tranglo supported Ripple payment countries for bank payouts. This one courtesy of Chad Steingraber. He's been digging in and doing a lot of research on this. He says, this is going to take a while to look through every single bank connected to Ripple payments. But check this out, guys. Look how many countries are actually connected here, okay? And this is just the A's. Islands, Andorra, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan. Then we go Bangladesh, Belgium, Brazil, Bulgaria, Cambodia, China. Okay, very important here to note the BRICS countries, and especially the important economic powerhouses. So China, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Djibouti, I don't know how to pronounce that, Egypt, Estonia, Finland, France, French Guyana, and the list just goes on and on and on. I'm not going to list them all out for you, but of course I will link all the information in the description of the video for you guys. The thing I wanted to bring up here, well, first of all, Chad, is going through all the influential countries one by one. Oh, well, now he says, would you look at this? Tranglo using RippleNet payments connected to Japan nationwide at T+0 settlement time. So taking a look at some of these details here, transaction turnaround. So in Japan, I feel like we kind of already knew what they were doing in Japan. Japan has been very transparent with their Ripple payment solutions. How about this BRICS Plus First Nation? Okay, all Brazil banks connected through Tranglo into the Ripple payments network. And so this is just the page documenting Brazil's service specifications here. And we know, again, Tranglo is owned, I believe it's 40% owned by Ripple. And guys, take a look at the list of banks. Okay, this is just the first 30 banks here that are connected to one of these countries, namely Brazil, one of the big BRICS nations here. And then the list goes on and on and on. And you can see in here a lot of these banks are already Ripple partners. Like I noticed Nubank in here. Banco Rendimento is another one that I recognize there. Banco Citibank. I don't know if that's connected to the American Citibank or not. However, guys, look at the list. It just goes on and on. Not only that, but we also have India, of course, another BRICS nation. He says we skip Russia because Tranglo is not connected to Russia, but in India, guys, this is huge. UPI 100% confirmed. Tranglo XRP plugged in and being used across every major bank in India. So unified payments interface, of course, that is definitely a confirmed partnership. And again, look at all these banks. This is this is still the Brazil one. Now down here, India, no, he's got so much information here. It's hard to sift through it all. I believe these are the Indian banks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Central Bank of India. BNP Paribas is another Ripple partner. MUFG Bank, that is connected to Japan, if I'm not mistaken, but also, I guess, operational in India. Bank of India, Axis Bank, another Ripple partner. So, guys, the list, look at it. This is just pages and pages of connected banks. Look, we're at 167 here. The mother load, 209. So, I mean, if this doesn't spell success in terms of this Ripple integration, I don't know what does. The Tranglo connection, of course, going to be very influential. Also here, they have Ripple payments to China through multiple routes, including UnionPay, another confirmed Ripple partner, and Alipay and WeChat confirmed as well. So guys, again, huge news here. A lot of confirmed banks. Looks like hundreds now are confirmed through this Tranglo connection. I really didn't realize how big this was going to get. I saw that announcement yesterday and I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. But I wanted to thank sincerely Chad Steingraber here for digging into this and, really kind of coming up with this information here. A big update, some more real world utility through this Tranglo connection. I mean, even if the altcoin market doesn't pop off top during the spec run, which I'm still skeptical that it won't, XRP will in fact have that real world utility at the end of 2024, I'm hoping, and into 2025. Guys, the legislation is on the table. Hopefully we see a rise that isn't just tied to Bitcoin soon. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.